We all have this secret, burning desire to build a legacy, don't we? We want to leave a mark on this world that sticks around long after we're gone. But let's be honest with ourselves for a second. Consider the sheer number of people who consume hours of inspiring content, read the books, and attend the expensive seminars. Yet their reality remains completely stagnant. Why is there such a massive, painful gap between our ambition and our actual achievement? The answer is uncomfortable, but we need to hear it. You simply cannot construct a skyscraper using only the sparks of inspiration. Unless you pour the concrete of discipline, motivation is just a fleeting emotion, a ghost. If you are tired of constantly starting over, stick with me until the very final second of this video. This story might just be the shift in perspective you have been desperately searching for. Let's talk about a guy named Lucas. Picture a young, aspiring architect living in a bustling city. Lucas wasn't lazy. In his head, he possessed a grand vision of designing the city's tallest tower. Every single evening, he would doom scroll through social media, watching clips of billionaires, visionaries, and hustlers. He would hype himself up, practically shouting at the ceiling, "From tomorrow, I will design for 5 hours straight." Just the mere thought gave him a massive dopamine rush. He felt productive just thinking about being productive. But here's the trap. That chemical high was temporary. 2 days later, when the alarm rang, what did he do? He hit snooze. He retreated right back into his comfort zone, convincing himself he just wasn't in the creative flow that day. This became his cycle. Manic excitement followed by weeks of absolute lethargy. It left Lucas feeling hollow, incompetent, and stuck. Then the contrast. One afternoon, he bumped into his childhood friend, Arthur. Now, Arthur wasn't loud. He didn't post flashy quotes on Instagram, but he had quietly built a thriving business and was casually running marathons on the side. He seemed to operate on a totally different frequency than Lucas. Lucas looked at him with genuine envy and asked, "What is your secret, Arthur? How do you keep that fire burning every single day?" Arthur chuckled softly, as if he knew something Lucas didn't. "I don't rely on fire, Lucas. I rely on a schedule." Lucas was totally puzzled. "But don't you need passion to drive you? Don't you need to feel it?" Arthur just shook his head. "Meet me at the old quarry at dawn. I want you to see the truth." The next morning, under a cold, gray, pre-dawn sky, Lucas dragged himself out of bed to follow Arthur to the edge of the city, where the stone quarries lay. And there, they saw an elderly stonemason already hard at work. His skin was weathered like the granite he was shaping, and his movements were rhythmic, hypnotic, and precise. Arthur leaned in and whispered to the mason, "Master, would you share the lesson of the rock with him?" The mason paused. He rested his heavy hammer and looked Lucas right in the eye. "Do you see this wall I am building? I am here at 5 a.m. every single morning. It does not matter if I have a splitting headache, if it is freezing cold, or if I would rather be sleeping in a warm bed. I strike the stone. Some days the rock breaks easily. Other days it fights me. But I am always here." Lucas, still looking for that magic spark, asked, "Is it because you love the sound of the hammer?" The mason smiled, a look of deep, weathered patience on his face. "No, young man. This is my craft. If I only worked when I felt inspired, this cathedral would never be finished. My family relies on me, and the city relies on this stone. I do not wait for the mood to strike. I trust in the regimen. And then he dropped the heavy truth. Motivation is like the morning mist. It looks beautiful, but the sun burns it away by noon. Discipline is like gravity. It is a constant force that holds everything together, regardless of the weather. He then pointed to a massive boulder sitting in the center of the yard. Do you know the Stonecutter's Credo? Lucas shook his head. The mason explained. Imagine I strike this rock 99 times. I hit it with all my might. I give it everything I have, yet not even a single crack appears on the surface. To an observer watching me, it looks like a complete waste of time. The mason's eyes intensified. But then, on the 100th blow, the rock splits in two. Now tell me, Lucas, was it the final blow that broke the rock? Lucas realized the trap immediately. No, it was the 99 hits before it. Precisely. The mason nodded. Those previous strikes were weakening the structure internally, even though you saw no external result. If I had quit at the 99th hit because I saw no progress, the rock would have won. Discipline is the art of the 99 invisible hits. You may see no change for months, but if you keep striking, the breakthrough is inevitable. And right there, something finally clicked in Lucas's mind. He realized he had been addicted to the splitting of the rock, the final result, the glory. But he despised the 99 invisible strikes that it took to get there. He understood now that discipline is not about the outcome. It is entirely about the process. From that morning on, Lucas stopped waiting for inspiration to strike. He established a strict protocol. On days when his designs were terrible, he drew anyway. On days he was exhausted, he reviewed his blueprints anyway. He stopped negotiating with his alarm clock. Days compounded into years. Eventually, Lucas became the lead architect of the city. He wasn't known for sudden, unpredictable bursts of genius, but for his absolute reliability and mastery. Whenever a young intern would ask him, "How do I find the motivation to be like you?" Lucas would reply with the lesson he learned in the quarry. Motivation is for amateurs. Discipline is for professionals. If you can commit to the boring, repetitive work when no one is watching, the accolades will take care of themselves. Success is not one giant leap. It is 1,000 small steps taken without ceasing. So stop waiting for the stars to align. Pick up your hammer today. Trust the process, and you will construct your own destiny. If this story resonated with you, please hit the like button. It helps more than you know. Let us know in the comments, what is one habit you will start today? We will see you in the next video.